Hello, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, an expressionist fluid art studio gallery with a 12-inch by 24-inch canvas, an oxo omelet turning flip and fold spatula that will spread paint nicely, best one I know of. I found some Master's Touch Paynes Gray paint in my stash of colors in the other room. I want a thin layer and I want to use it as a base under some interferences, but I haven't tried this before. I just want a deep blue sky on my scape, and like I said, I want it fairly thin so no matter what I add to it, it won't take an awful long time to dry. I just want that black to kind of disappear. And I don't mind if there are little slivers of black showing through, that wouldn't bother me, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And because I have a bottle of this, I can cover my edges later. Alright, what have I got? I know that I have some Interference Violet. I'm a Colourarte affiliate, and this is a Colourarte product. This is a Primary Element. I don't know how this is going to work. Usually if I put it on a dry canvas it works great, but it still has to dry before it shows its true color. I'm going to use this in conjunction with a little bit of Burmese red. I'm not sure why I'm doing that, but that's what I'm compelled to do, so that's what I'm going to do. Burmese red is, I believe, another primary element, and it's a gorgeous color. And I'm going to risk a little bit of Interference Blue, another primary element. No cat hairs. This is, the marks that I put down now are not really relevant to what's coming. I am going to continue to play with this composition as far as colors go. What have I got? I've got some deep amethyst and I'm inclined to use it. I've also got some indigo violet. But let's just go with the deep amethyst. I want a rather dramatic sky. Oh no, please don't fall over. I've also got some frosted berry and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. And I'm trying to break myself of being perturbed by the drag marks because I actually really like them, but then I tend to smooth them out. So this sky could have a moon in it at some point. And the faster the better in my opinion, because I really want to play with the texture of the foreground or the bottom half. And I've got to not press. There's a stretcher bar in the middle right there on a 12 by 24 that if you stroke too hard with your spatula you're going to have trouble with. Now I'm thinking I want to try some of the frosted berry because I can. It sort of makes me think maybe clouds, and chances are good it'll blend right in anyway. I think that can just get blended with a finger. So now, I don't have a lot of paint on there and I don't think it's going to fall very far if I tip my canvas up, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Just going to put it up behind. I want all the paint off my spatula. And it really doesn't matter because I'll be painting over the bottom. I kind of like the colors and the striations and what I've got. Kind of wish that were up there. But I'm not sure how I would do that at this point. There we go, we got some. Okay, so put that in the back. And I'm going to mix up some colors. Well, actually, that's not the correct terminology. I'm going to add some colors to a pan. Starting with a Prizm pour, primary Prizm pour. It's Black Iris. I haven't done exactly this setup before, so this is going to be interesting for me. I'm going to use some deep amethyst. And no matter where I put these stripes of paint, I'm going to be using my tongue depressor to dip into it. This is the Indigo Violet. This is a little bit of Aztec Bronze, Vivid Intense. Like I said, no matter where I put it, I can re-dip my tool. This is a burnished copper. I want a little black and white, but I thought maybe the silver would be okay. I'm going to use some of my Mead Black. And I've got some Deco Art Americana 24 karat gold that is fairly loose in consistency, viscosity. I still want some white. I don't know why. Maybe the silver is a better idea. I just want to use some stripes. I'm not even sure how far this will go. I'm going to go for the silver because I haven't done the white and I don't really want to. But I will put some over to the, oh, I'll put quite a bit over to the side. I was running low on the True Silver, which is what that is a Prizm pour, and I'm sure they're working on getting it back in stock. I did not put any Fandango down there, and I meant to. Well, we'll give it a shot. Oh, I have another green that I mixed up with the brand new Purley Pigments, and it is made with Vibrant Aqua and mostly Sour Apple. I kind of am being called to something more orange, and I have something that is the Mayan Gold mixed with Saffron. Both of them are Prizm pours. Now, what I need to do is pick a few colors and see if I want to swipe some. Which would kind of be interesting. I was thinking about putting a layer of Mead Black across to make the canvas moist. Whoa, I'm dragging something big. What is that? I have no idea. It's still there. Let me find my tweezers. I must have put my spatula down on something very inappropriate, to say the least. Alright, I've got plenty of paint there, maybe more than I need. I'm going to wipe that right off and dry it. I'm going to grab a little bit of Amsterdam Black. I'm worried that I have too much of that Meaden. Come on, out you come. I probably have too much of everything. I may not even be able to use my pan of colors. That would just be silly at this point. I've got Amsterdam Black and Australian Floetrol for cell activator. And where is, I've got some Paynes Gray with diamonds and pearls. Really? Where are these things coming from? That is really blue. Super blue. I'm going to go for the True Silver. And I think the bronze. I may be sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I might have mentioned that. Let's do a little bit more of that black iris. It's not a very different color than the Paynes Gray. It's just a lot less blue. So where's my... There we go. This is my cell activator. And I'm going to keep right on experimenting. And maybe there's a chance I might want to tilt my canvas. Several experimental trials. I put a lot of that black in there, and I don't even know if I can use my tongue depressor to do what I had in mind, but I'm going to give it a shot. I've got bottles in the way. 12 by 24 inch canvases are good for lots of things, but ooh. I'm going to grab a shorter tongue depressor, I believe. Maybe a much shorter one. That's got a lot of stuff on one edge, but I have never tried exactly this. I'm not sure it's going to work now. But there's no way to find out unless you try it. Well, sometimes I do things digitally. And then maybe it was enough paint in the background where I put the Meaden in to tip, but I kind of doubt it. And we won't know unless I try. I like to switch it from end to end so it changes the pattern up. It's going to be surreal no matter what. And I'm sure if the canvas were dry, we'd have a completely different effect. But I opted for the wet look this time. because it's wet, I can go in there with my tool and dab around. Oh, I've got some cells right in my dish. I wanted it to kind of resemble rock ledges. But not having done it before, yeah, it kind of does actually. I like it. I'll have to try this without the meeting in the background. I got to figure out what I want to do along my horizon line. I could just slide one of these and it'd change the colors up. Kind of mix them in place. Add a little bit of textural interest. Just dabbing and bobbing and anytime I want to go back, I have enough paint to go back. I just always really wanted to try my hand at seeing how textural I could make things. And there is nothing to stop me right now. The only problem I ever have is that I'm putting a tool down on the canvas and I can't see through my hand or the tool. So it's sort of risky. So I've got 2 minutes and I should tell you whatever I'm going to tell you, but I'm thinking I'm going to come back and put some trees in when this is dry, so I guess I'll save it for another time. Yeah, it's funny how the eye creates these illusions of like objects in the distance, just from little dabs and dollops of paint. But I kind of like it a lot. And of course it depends entirely on how much pulling and pushing and mushing you want to do with your color. And of course you don't have to stop until you're satisfied. I'm trying to think what I want for trees. If I have a silver moon in the sky, I can make silver trees along the horizon line. But I really need the sky to dry, or my moon will be not silver. And when I'm done with this section, I'm just going to come back later after this is dry. I like the little sporadic areas of cells. I wasn't sure I was going to like them, but I do. So I do want to say thank you in between for those of you who have donated to keep my channel alive. Thank you very much. Those of you who are members, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Somewhere along the line I stopped being outdoors and it stopped being so threatening to paint with the wind and the chance of hurricanes, etc. And so I basically, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back, and I lied. It's not dry, but it's drying, and it looks so pretty. The colors in the sky are magnificent. Anyway, I found some pixie dust, which is a primary element. And I thought I would use it for a moon in a drier spot than some of the others. I'm going to start with a small dot. Blow it out. Or try and blow it out. And hope that my skewer will help me finish the process. I got a little bubble, looks like a crater already. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I want it a little bigger though. What's it feel like to want? That's weird. Blowing seems to have put bubbles in it. Now I thought tomorrow, it may not look like this in the thumbnail, I thought tomorrow it might be nice to put some pale pink clouds in the sky with the frosted berry again, but I haven't made up my mind. While I was gone, I used the leftover paint that I scraped out of the dip dish, and I used a playing card and I went around the edges on the bottom and the edges to blend that in. So I gave myself a little bit of silver. Thinking that it might be possible. We'll see. I have other tools too. Now I've also got tweezers, which if a canvas is dry work pretty well. And it's not very wet where I'm trying to work them. I'm basically just putting a dot down and pushing it around some. I don't think there needs to be a lot. And a skewer will help. Let's try the skewer. Let's try a fresh skewer. Because I can. That's the name of my first book on the Amazon link. Let's put a bunch of dots down. And then try and pull them up. Or at least scrape through them so that it looks like reflected light off tree branches. And the paint is pretty fresh, so even if you get a blob, you can scrape through it. Like so. I don't give up easily, so. I kind of like the idea of the little forest going off into the distance. And it doesn't take much to imply trees. Or even a village, I guess. So I'm just basically, I'm very carefully with the very sharp end, dotting and then scraping quite gently. They look like silver birches to me. My moon needs to be hit with the torch. Those bubbles are making me crazy. Hopefully I did not burn the paint. And now that's a little tacky, I could probably dab some texture in there with the dull end of the skewer, which doesn't bother me a bit. I like putting craters in my moon. And I like making my forest go back, recede into the distance. And if it's slightly odd shapes, that's not a bad thing either. And I'm almost done, so I should tell you guys everything. There's an Amazon link on my link tree, along with all my other links, including a couple of websites. You can find the Gallerist, Society 6, Spring, under the video. You can find all kinds of places where if you look for merchandise with my artwork decorating it and you don't find it, you can ask me and I'll add it. I kind of want another one of these. Where though? Another one of these being another little forest. Sometimes I think you could just lay a little line right across and just drag it up, but I haven't really been brazen enough to go that distance on that theory. It's got a lopsided edge, it's kind of bugging me. So I'm going to try and fix it. We'll see if I get lucky. Well, I'm not going to get lucky if spit comes out of my straw. So fresh straw. That's cool. Slightly bigger moon is okay with me. Okay, so do I put more silver anywhere that looks like a highlight, or is the silver that I've got in the bottom enough? It kind of seems like it's enough. And yet I still continue to put some in. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Just pulling up. Alright, I'm going to shimmer this at you and call it good. And my moon is a little raggedy for sure, but I don't know what to do about that. It's happened before. It's because of the interference, I think. Anyway, I want to do this same method with the Cityscape shortly. And I did leave some black behind, but I don't think I really mind. And I like the whole thing. I like the concept. I'll be playing with it again. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Please give me a thumbs up. Know that your reaction to the algorithm by watching the whole entire video is the only thing that matters to my YouTube channel to keep me here. But thank you again to my patrons and my donators through PayPal, and especially my memberships. I love you guys. Thank you for keeping me here. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. Questions are welcome and encouraged, and thank you for your kind words and your comments that keep my morale boosted. I do sell my artwork. My paint pouring recipes are below. Show more, and I give classes also at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. And 33 playlists will find you 100 videos each. And if you like a topic or a genre like landscapes like this is, just ask me. I've got them all saved and easily accessible, and I'm happy to share the link with you. Alright, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I'll see you anon. Maybe tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. See ya. I love you guys. You inspire me always. Bye.